crew just backing it down? Or
one of our middle lane crews.
Yeah, it was one. So, the A final of lightweight varsity 8s. Navy and Dartmouth on this near side. It was Dartmouth, the big green, just getting on to the start, the last crew to get connected. Penn and Harvard. Can anyone beat this Harvard crew in the centre lanes? And then on the outside lanes, Princeton and Cornell. Princeton crew, talking to Marty Crotty, the coach, and he thinks his guys are pretty fast like last year's crew, but perhaps they reckon without the speed of Harvard. So just flying over crews as we go into the start of this race. Just on the outside lane there, Cornell, our 6th crew, Alice Rao in the Cox's seat. There's Brooke Kirshin just keeping the boat straight for Navy. Just really looking forward to seeing this Harvard crew, Megan. James Stevenson and Ben Lundell, the 2 Brits in the stern, and the Kiwi, Brian Erdman from Auckland. They set one of the best rhythms of this championships, in my opinion.
Yeah, they are. It's no secret that they are the darlings of Martin's Regatta here at the IRA. They've had just an incredible season, this Harvard boat, so there's no question as to why they're in that center lane there. We did have a little bit of a surprise yesterday with the results that we saw in the round of racing that got them here. We had a faster time posted by Pennsylvania, actually, in an opposing heat. It was a significant difference, too, 5 seconds. Of course, we're not going to read too much into that, but we should not count out this boat from Penn as being strong contenders for a medal, or at least a good challenge here for this Harvard crew.
Charlie Bourget taking that Penn boat down the track, the Washingtonian. The keys in the stroke seat. Still boat's not quite straight at the moment. Navy just adjusting. A little crosswind.
Pennsylvania. Harvard.
Sound and 2C.
Princeton.
Junction just down the
Cornell.
road.
Attention.
Looks like Penn crushed it on those first few strokes, Megan.
Well, look at him go here, just firing away there in the center lane. Penn doing a really nice job just to get themselves out of there and go right with Harvard here off the line.
Yeah. What are they rating that Penn crew? They must be up like 48, 49 strokes a minute. Still really high. They are going into this race with a sense of purpose. Colin Farrell must have lit the guys up before they came on the water.
Yeah, there they go. They are absolutely going for it, and it does look like it is keeping them up with Harvard, but maybe Harvard just nosing out now, maybe a seat or two in the Crimson boat over that boat from Penn and the boat from Dartmouth.
Yeah, Harvard just got into their rhythm. They had a kind of distinct change, didn't they? And their coxswain just called it right when they needed it, Anya Cheng. And there they come into that rhythm. Look at that now. Rate coming down low, a lot of power through the middle, but that easy float through. And then they're just letting the boat run underneath them, and it's just taking them away from the crews around them.
Yeah, they are looking really smooth as opposed to this Penn crew here. Not looking unsmooth, don't get me wrong here, but definitely a little more physical here in that Penn crew. Just working really hard to keep up the pace here with that Harvard boat that's leading out our pack.
Princeton in there too. Over there on that far side, look for that lane number 5.
Yeah, it does look like it is that chevron starting to form, isn't it, with Harvard and Penn out in front with those flanking crews from Princeton and Dartmouth kind of rounding out that forward leading field with maybe our outside lanes just starting to creep back on the pack.
I think it's the length of Harvard that's so impressive out front. Let's go to Fred.
All right, it's about time, guys. You turn it over here at 7:50. I'm getting robbed here. Harvard is half a seat. Half a length over the field. Pennsylvania is solidly in second. It looked like the Tigers were slipping back a little bit, but then they regrouped and now are solidly in third. Fourth, it looks like Cornell maybe has a seat over Dartmouth, and Dartmouth has a couple of seats over the Naval Academy here out in lane 1. So this Harvard crew is really, truly impressive. They just are, you look and see they're staying way behind the, just stay behind the oar. There's no vertical lift, and that's what you want. You want to hang on that oar and pry it through the water, and they are a smooth-looking crew. They have got almost a length now over Penn as they go to the 1,000. Penn is doing everything they can to hold off Princeton, and Princeton's probably throwing a Big 10 at them right here. Those three crews now have pulled away. Cornell and Dartmouth are in a fight for that fourth medal or fourth place, with Navy trailing just a little bit behind. Steady as she goes. Harvard, just so much confidence and technically so smooth. To add that technique to the power that they have, they are just owning this race. 7:50 to go. The real fight is for silver. Who's it going to be? Right now it's the Quakers. The Quakers have one seat, maybe a seat and a half over the Tigers, so it's going to be who can shift up and really get the hips down and get the power on from the core and the hips. Penn just took a shift right there. I can see it. Let's see what their rating is, because Princeton just went also. 39.5 for Penn. I'm sure it's the same for Princeton. 38.5, 39 for Princeton. Harvard looking beautiful with 500 meters to go. Pennsylvania still holds a slight advantage over Penn as we hand it over to Marty and Megan.
Yeah, Harvard out in front. Shout out to Alex Forbes in the 2-seat. The junior gold medalist was in the team with his dad, Stuart. It was a fantastic stroke of the lightweight forward. His son has got that beautiful rhythm. You can see him there in the 2-seat of the Harvard 8. But what a great race we've got for the silver and bronze medals to the left and to the right of Harvard.
Yeah, I thought maybe we'd seen a move from Penn that had shut the door on Princeton, but here they are answering back now. The Tigers are definitely upping the rate and charging back on Harvard now. Look at them creating that overlap between themselves and the Crimson boat as we're coming up to the last 250. I think it might not be enough time for them to get all the way through this full boat length lead that the Crimson have held for the duration of this race, but oh man, the Princeton boat is really just on the charge here, Martin.
Yeah, this is the best we've seen the Princeton lightweights row there. Coach Marty Cruddy must be smiling all over his face. They've got the overlap on Harvard, but well, look at that. That is Penn coming again, just about maybe 4 or 5 feet behind the guys from Princeton as we charge in for the line. It is Harvard coming up for the finish. Long, smooth, they are clear of the field. It looks beautiful as they come up to the finish line. Princeton are going to grab that silver medal. Great result for the Tigers. And then in third place, it is the Penn crew. They were so brave off the start. They kept their pace through the race. Then in fourth place, it is Cornell. And then across the line, we have the guys from Dartmouth. And finally, Navy crossed the line in sixth place. Wow.
Super, super final for us here at the 2024 IRA Championships. Your 2024 champion at the IRA, Harvard, 5:36.83, just a few seconds off of the championship record, 5:33. Your silver medalists, Princeton, with a late charge to push them through. Penn, 5:39.41. And your bronze medalist, Pennsylvania, 5:40.49. Congratulations to our medalists in the men's lightweight 8.
Yeah, so Harvard